Council basketball. This is Bob Catherwood with Mark Cady from Spectator Sports, and joining us tonight in our pre-game talk is Coach Joe Loudis of the Cohoes Tigers. Joe's coached 23 years, 1 year at the freshman, 1 year at the school. Coach Loudis, you want to give us an update on the league and a little bit of your expectation of tonight's ball game?
Well, right now, Mechanicville and Watervliet are virtually tied. Watervliet is a half game up, but they both have 2 losses in the league. And right behind them is Waterford with 3 losses. And I think it's down to those 3 teams that are going to win the league. I don't think 4 losses. 3 losses, there was a triple tie back about 10 years ago. Nobody's ever won the league with 4 losses. So I think it's a 3-team race. And I think the schedule favors Watervliet, believe it or not, because they've played Shelmont twice, they've played Waterford twice. Mechanicville's last 3 games, I believe, are Watervliet, Waterford, and Shelmont. So if Watervliet stays clean, if Watervliet stays clean and they can beat Mechanicville, then they've got the easier part of the schedule to say, rather than Mechanicville does.
Your team has basically been a spoiler many a year. Your teams have come on at the second half of the season, and you've had a lot of close ball games this year, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been in a lot of ball games. We've had a lot of exciting ball games. We've been more than a spoiler. We've been up there, fighting for the championship usually. But this year again, it's very balanced, and a different matchup gives the different teams they give more trouble. Like we beat Waterford and the Berg, and they've both managed to beat Shelmont, and Shelmont's whammed us both times. So it's funny, the different matchups mean a lot in the league.
They do. Coming out in the 3-2 tonight, Joe?
I think we'll play a 3-2 tonight.
Is that safe to say? Once in a while?
Right.
We're going to see the famous Joe Loudis is the expert with the 3-2. He's not the inventor of it, but he certainly has perfected the 3-2 defense. The Cohoes teams always play great defense, and it's a credit to you and a credit to your program. You've done a nice job in coaching at Cohoes High for 22 years, and we wish you luck tonight.
Thank you. It should be a good game. In order for us to get in, we have to board with them. They have 5 or 6 very good athletes. They don't shoot the ball sometimes as well, but they do board and they do play with great intensity. For us to stay in the game, we have to board with them, and I think if we don't board with them, we're not going to be in the game.
Should be an exciting game tonight.
Hopefully I do.
We're hoping for a close one.
Okay.
Fans get their money's worth.
Okay,
always.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks, Joe.
And we'll be back with the starting lineup in just a minute. This is Bob Catherwood with Mark Cady, Spectator Sports, Colonial Council Basketball at Watervliet High. Recording that. Welcome back to Colonial Council Basketball. This is Mark Cady and Bob Catherwood here. We'll give you the starters for Cohoes. Number 12 is Bill LeBeau. Number 14 is Tim Keefe. Number 20 is Dan Dagnall. Number 30, Kevin Charbonneau. And Guy Castor-Kane is number 50. Guy will be jumping with Walter Bowden. Mark's going to give you the Watervliet starters.
Starters for the Cannoneers tonight: Walter Bowden, number 33. Andre Cook, number 23. Mike Fogley, number 42. Tony Fruscio, 22. And Kevin Legault, 31.
The ball was, tap was controlled by Watervliet, but a turnover gives Cohoes a first possession. And Watervliet gave up the turnover. Cohoes scores off it and leads 2-0.
Cook with a jumper, no good.
Tim Keefe gets the first 2 points for the
Fruscio
Tigers.
gets the rebound, puts it up. We got a tie ball game.
Tim Keefe looks into the big guy. Guy Castor-Kane shot.
Foul call.
Fouled on
Walt Bowden.
I'd like to thank Coach Joe Loudis for joining us in our pregame talk. Very experienced coach. I remember playing here at Watervliet High, Mark, when Coach Loudis was coaching, and his team did win the league that year. Very, very well coached.
He's been coaching a long time, Bob.
Thanks, Mark. Get that shot in. Back in 1970. Some great ball players back then. John Plaza.
Charbonneau with the
Charbonneau. Plaza, Gilletta, Wayne Flavin, George Moyes.
Bowden, the Cook, no, the Legault to Fogley.
Fogley is fouled. Officials for tonight's contest are the experienced Don Hepp and Randy Brown.
Fogley misses his
Couple
first.
veterans working the game tonight, Mark. Should see some good officiating.
I told them both to do a good game tonight, so they will.
Fogley finds the net.
LeBeau with the easy layup.
Cohoes really pushing the ball up against the press. Over to Cook. Fogley in the corner. Fogley has the range early tonight. Watervliet in the full court pressure. Stolen by Fruscio.
Gonna have a double dribble called on Fruscio.
Some nice camera work by Pete Passaretti, owner and founder of Spectator Sports. A lot of pressure by Cannoneers here. Cook tips
with
the
the
ball.
deflection, gets the ball.
Steal, finds.
The Legault, hammered. No
almost went in.
Didn't go.
It's not even changed. Six.
Legault good on his first free throw. Legault with a chance to tie the game with 6:32 to go. Doesn't get the roll. LeBeau with the rebound brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Charbonneau with the ball. Gets it into the big guy Castor-Kane. Back to Charbonneau.
Charbonneau's short. Ball fought for. Fogley
fights for it.
tied up with Castor-Kane, but he comes up with the ball. It's Cannoneers' ball.
Stepping out 5 years ago.
Legault gets his shot blocked. He was, looked like he was hit, but no call.
Degnold hands off.
Casterkane.
Casterkane from the corner. Cohoes trying to upset the Cannoneers at home. Russo to Foglia.
Shot no good. Legault controls the rebound.
Well, that's what Coach Loudis stressed.
Said they have to board with the Cannoneers in order to stay in this game tonight.
They are. They're doing a good job off the board.
Charbonneau, no good. Rebound goes to Legault. Casterkane tapped it back to Legault, put it in.
Bill LeBeau, Jr., father quite an athlete.
Ball goes out of bounds off of Tigers' hands. It'll be Cannoneers' ball underneath their own hoop. Cook triggers it into Bowden. The Frushaw puts up the jumper. Count it. Ball deflected out of bounds off a Cannoneer. It'll be Cohoes' ball. Legault with the tough defense. Keefe comes up with it.
Nice rebound by Keefe.
Hopefully gets the rebound. Pass thrown errantly to
Tim Keefe.
But Keefe unfortunately had his foot on the line. It'll be Cannoneers'
Good hustle
ball.
by Timmy, but he just
Real
couldn't
good
come up with the possession. He's a hustler.
Frushaw with a three. No good. Gets his own rebound. Dishes off, tries to get it inside to Cook, stolen by Degnold. LeBeau, count the basket.
Cohoes in the 3-2.
Tip in by Legault.
Right place at the right time. Nice tap.
Degnold missed the layup. Foul was called on 50. Guy Casterkane.
DeGear checks in for the Cannoneers. Ball in the corner. Foglia dumps
Gets it down to Bowden. Count the basket, he's fouled. Chris Dizenell in the game for Cohoes. And commits the foul.
That'll be Disenell's first foul.
As Bowden converts the three-point play. The tie to score with 3:50 to go in the ballgame.
Keefe looking in for Casterkane. Throws it in. Big guy turns.
Steps. Ball. Tough defense that time by Bowden. Forced the turnover.
Bowden didn't give him any room to move.
Nope.
Pick up a pivot foot and falls for the walk. Looking to Gear over to Foglia.
Foglia puts up about a 15-footer, and it's good.
Tim Keefe hangs in the air.
Good defense by DeGear.
No foul.
Cook puts up the jumper. It's good.
Cannoneers
Inbounds
press.
pass nearly stolen. LeBeau, all kinds of pressure from Cook. Charbonneau, back to LeBeau.
Looking into Casterkane. Foul called on Bowden.
Foul
Push
called
off.
on Bowden. His second. Team second.
Coaches
Coaches are
helping the
in.
officials out very
Helping them
early.
out very early tonight as Mark Cady checks in for Walter Bowden.
They're veterans. They're veterans on the sideline. Ball stolen by Watervliet.
It's to the head to Legault. Over to Cady. Couldn't handle the pass. Legault with the steal. Crashes into the
Terminal had the
referee,
layup,
Donnie
but
Hep. Crashes into Don Hep. Holds on to Donnie
Kevin
so
got
he
back
doesn't
in
hurt him.
time. Yeah. And number one rule, don't hurt the ref.
Don't hurt the ref. Charbonneau with the ball right here in front of us. Gets it over to LeBeau. Short.
Shot, short the mark.
Cook with the rebound. Slows it up. Gives it to DeGear. Pass not handled by Legault. Another turnover by the Cannoneers.
Oh, nice dish.
Nice dish off.
Chris Dissonell hands off to Brian Bauer. Brian picks up his first two tonight. Cohoes in the 3-2 defense.
Watervliet drives. Blocking foul called on LeBeau. Shot of the officials, keeping this game under control tonight.
Coach Loudis on the court there, giving some instructions. Mr. Hep will come over and ask Coach Loudis to please sit down. Now Coach Mardigan comes over to get in on the sideline. Now we've got
the
third
coaches
official
yelling at each other. And now
We've got
Jim
a third
Cole,
official. Jim
Cole
shows up for the
comes
contest
up on the
tonight.
scene here. And I think Jim Cole is going to take over for Randy Brown as he was scheduled to do the game tonight. Randy did the JV game. And Randy leaves to a round of applause.
Randy will head for the showers.
Head for the showers.
He also did the freshman game, if I believe, so he's had a long day.
Yep.
Thank God they didn't let Kevin Perrott work.
You ain't kidding.
Kevin Perrott being the official that did the JV game.
Probably
and a close friend of mine.
Yeah, I know Kevin.
Kevin
He's
does a nice
kid.
job officiating.
Wow. Look.
Spoglia steps up to the line.
Makes him
count it.
With the Cannoneers on top by 4 with 1:58 to go. We got a turnover. Cannoneers basketball. Legault drives. No shot. Offensive foul is going to be called. Ball nearly stolen by Cook. Legault tips it out of bounds. Slows up the fast-paced game of Cohoes there a little bit.
Dissonell, a very small guard out there. Had some big bodies hovering over him.
LeBeau.
Over to Keith. Keith in the corner.
Back to LeBeau. Dissonell, good ball movement. No, steps are going to be called. Good ball movement that time by Cohoes, Bob. Very patient. On offense, trying to get a man open for the shot. But that man-to-man defense of the Cannoneers is bad pass that time by Crusoe.
Tigers having a tough time getting the ball in bounds. Watervliet denying all over the place.
LeBeau loses the ball off his foot, it looked like. To get it in, Crusoe puts up the jumper. Nothing there. Legault loses the rebound. Guy Casterkane back into the ball game as Tim Keefe takes a breather.
He'll be played by Mark Cady.
Number change tonight. Somebody wanted Mark's uniform more than he did tonight. Legault puts in the two-pointer.
you steal the kid's uniform?
Nah, it wouldn't fit. What a go. Ball goes out of bounds. The Cannonair basketball.
Kevin Legault got in the way so no one could tap it. Cook over to Fruscio. Back to Cook.
Back to Fruscio.
Watervliet in a 1-2-2 alignment here. Katie flashes to the high post.
Finds Watervliet, puts it up. No!
Around the rim. Tapped by Katie.
Put the ball up to LeBeau. To Dizenel. Casterkane. We're going to have 3 seconds called on the big guy from Cohoes. Speaking
Dan
of big guys.
Dagnall checks in.
Fruscio brings the ball up. Watervliet now going to hold for one shot with a 6-point lead.
Ooh, almost a walk by Cook. 3-2 is extended right out to the line. Oh, super pass by Andre Cook.
To Legault.
Thread the needle.
Yep. At the end of one, Cannonaires on top, 23-15.
Full court press by Watervliet, paying dividends. A lot of pressure on the inbounders.
Tough defense on the inbounds passes. They're all over them.
Coming up with a lot of deflections. Even if they aren't getting the ball, it's enough
get their hands on it. And
it's enough to set and control the tempo.
That's it.
Watervliet's controlling the tempo. Cohoes came out with a good game plan in the beginning where they were going to attack the press and go long, which they did in the beginning.
And it worked for a little while, Bob, for them. They
were missing some early shots and not getting any offensive rebounds. So that brings the ball back down to Watervliet's end.
Yep.
And the ball has been on Watervliet's half court most of the night. Most of the first quarter anyway. I can't say most of the night, but the first quarter anyway.
Bowden back in for the Cannonaires. Casterkane, Keefe, Charbonneau, LeBeau, and Dagnall, the original starters in for Cohoes.
Ball into LeBeau, covered by Cook. Nice pick by Kevin Charbonneau. Former Sabre.
It's not Keefe, that's Brian Bauer. Takes the shot. No good. Cook with the rebound.
Charbonneau and Keefe were at Keaveney a few years ago.
Fogley.
Going to Cohoes High.
Fruscio. Cook. Takes it. Blocked. By Dagnall. Back to Dagnall. Makes the layup for two.
Dan Dagnall. Nice height on that. Protected the ball, extended out. Nice shot.
Nice pass by Legault. They say Cook stepped on the line. Goes off of LeBeau's foot. It was deflected down into his foot by a Cannonaire. Fruscio with a
Silk.
Boy, looked like a three-pointer to me, but they say two.
Down the tunnel. Well, you shot that one out of the phone booth.
The Dagnall
nice technique on that shot.
Certainly was.
Looked like Coach Mardigan's shot.
Charbonneau, nice drive.
Oh.
Nice move.
Good hang time. Cohoes in the 3-2. Get it into Fogley in the corner, looks in.
Pass a little too high for Andre Cook to handle. It was over his head.
Cook couldn't have caught that one if he was on a ladder.
Robert McComber checks into the ball game for the first time tonight for the Cohoes Tigers. 6:25 to go. We got a 25-19 ball game. Long pass ahead. LeBeau handles it. To Dagnall. To Charbonneau. Blocked from behind by Fogley, and they're going to say foul him. No, blocking foul is going to be called on Legault.
Look like with the body, Mark.
Yeah, it does.
Joining us tonight on helping out with the camera work is expert Carmen DiDonato. I'd like to say hi to Carmen and Pete.
Hi, guys. How you doing tonight?
Hey, there's our #1 camera crew.
Charbonneau makes his first foul shot.
If you
Yeah, second looks good, too.
And if you enjoy watching the camera work, you can always stop into PJ Haircutter's shop and watch some of these games on TV. Pete has his own studio down there.
Long past the Bowden, count it.
For a nominal fee, you can have one of these tapes of the Colonial Council basketball. Just contact Pete Passaretti at PJ Haircutters.
Comber shot, no good. Legault with the rebound. Has it.
Castor Kane. Pass over to Daignault.
Legault had to give up the defense that time.
Cohoes is hanging tough. 23-27. 5:41 left to go. Second quarter.
They get into Legault. Can't handle it. LeBeau.
Nice left-handed layup.
We got a 2-point ball game.
Cohoes chipping away here.
Lucho dribbles it off his foot, gets it back. Watervliet can't find a handle. We're going to have a tie game, I think, Bob. Yes, Daignault puts it in.
Daignault hanging tough, protecting the ball. The hose is pumped. They are the spoiler in this league many a year.
We said that at the beginning of the show tonight, Bob. Cook, count it.
Cook has to shoot more.
Daignault's going to be whistled for the foul as he crashes into Legault.
In the NBA, that would be a loose ball foul.
That's it. Legault goes to the line to shoot the 1-on-1 as the Cannoneers are in the bonus. Legault, no good. Watervliet comes up with the rebound, turns around, no good. Bowden with the rebound, he's fouled.
Went up in a lot of traffic there. Got sawed in half.
Foul on LeBeau. Unofficially his second.
And Bob McCumber checks out. McCumber. That's an easy one to pronounce compared to some of the ones we've seen.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Glad I didn't do the Mechanicsville game with you.
Yeah. Bowden is good from the line, and that's it. Hey. Syrbolic, I screwed his name up all night long. After the game, the kid said, Dad,
those non-Irish names are tough.
They certainly are.
Right, Mr. Katie? Into the Castor Kane, in traffic.
Foul. Ooh, by Bowden. That's going to be Walter's third.
And for a rare occasion, folks, we have Pete Passaretti sitting at the table.
Oh,
Pete,
Peter.
Castor Kane's on the line. Quickly, if someone wants to get a tape of the game, how should they do it, Pete?
Contract, Catherwood.
Yeah, and I'll give you Pete's number. Call him anytime. 2 o'clock in the morning, we'll be fine. His wife would love that.
Castor Kane misses both.
Rebound goes to Cook. Up to Fruscio.
Lucho trapped in the corner. Gets it out to Cook.
Cook in trouble.
Foglia.
Over to Foglia. Foglia.
The middle. No good. Tipped up by Legault.
Over to Keith. Charbonneau skip pass over to LeBeau. LeBeau shot. Nothing but net. Silk it, count it, put it in the books. And away we go. Cohoes down by 2.
Foglia.
Marcady back in the game for the Cannoneers.
Foglia drive.
Back out to Fruscio. Fruscio to Cook. Cook in the corner.
Oh, good.
Rebound,
with the
Katie.
rebound. Gets it back to Cook.
Up to Fruscio, saves it. Over to Foglia. Push off. Foglia called for the elbow foul. I didn't see the contact, but he did make the motion. It did look close.
Made the motion and a good acting job that time.
Well, that's important. It's part of coaching. Make it look that way. And the Tigers know most of the tricks. They're well coached. It's taught at the lower level by Coach Warren Mannix. Knows a few tricks of the trades.
Charbonneau, nice.
Charbonneau ties it up at 31. We're knotted at 3-1.
Nice drive with Charbonneau.
3:11 left to go. Timeout.
Timeout.
Mardigan wants to talk it over right now. He doesn't like the way things are going. You just can't trade baskets. You got to start playing defense.
No, they got to pull ahead here.
Wants to pull a notch up there.
Yeah. As the Watervliet Cannoneers take the floor, the cheerleaders.
Tom is out walking around. Tom is out walking
I'd like to say hello to one of our friends at Spectator, and that's Tom Castle. Glad to hear Tom's up and walking around and keeping busy. And he's one of our biggest fans, and I'd like to say hi to him.
Cannoneers ball, 31-31, 3:08 to go.
Over to Cook in the corner.
So the
corner's pass. Travel.
What kind of head steps ball?
Cook came off the ground. Cook came off the ground.
Get it to Foglia. Back to Fruscio. Pulls up, takes the jumper. Woo! Net.
We got Timmy Keefe long.
Good defense by Legault.
That Caster Kane didn't see him.
Degno with the ball. LeBeau. Keefe with the shot. No.
Shot off the mark.
Degno with the rebound.
Degno, nice rebound there. Keep baseline into Caster Kane. Caster Kane shot tipped from behind.
Deflected from behind by Fruscio. Cook drives. Little reverse, no. Up in major traffic, and they're calling a ball foul. Ball touches. Cook ends up on the floor.
Ball clean block. LeBeau over to Keefe. Charbonneau at the point. Technical called. Charge.
And a technical called on Cook.
Can't punch the ball. DeGear comes in to get Cook out of the game so Andre can gain his composure. And the Watervliet crowd had a little to say about that as they do a little distraction here on the shooter. Tough crowd at home. And the fans love it. Coach Loud is quick to point out that a technical
objections here.
That it is two-shot technical.
Yeah, but was it a 1-on-1 or a two-shot on the first shot?
What they're trying to do really, I believe, is ice the shooter a little bit here, cause a little confusion, and wanting an explanation on it.
the technical foul shot.
It wasn't a one-on-one situation. He was fouled during the shot. It was a two.
It's a two-shot foul. It's a two-shot foul and then a two-shot technical. Charbonneau makes the shot, yes.
Nice one by Charbonneau. Baseline puts the Tigers up by 2. As we said before the game, Mark, we were looking for an exciting ball game. We have one.
Here. Minute and a half to go. Crucial with a 3. No.
Doesn't matter how cold out it is outside. It's hot in here.
Hot in here. Pete couldn't handle the pass.
Not quite as hot as the Cohoes Tigers den.
Isn't anything as hot as that?
Not even in Florida.
Crucial brings the ball up the floor. Going to have a foul called against Legault. His third.
Push-off foul, trying to fight for position underneath. Jim Cole finds a foul off the ball.
Todd Smith checks into the ball game for Legault. LeBeau makes the first of his charity shots.
Got the wide bodies out there now, Mr. Katie. Some big boys out there. Very athletic for that size, though.
Crucial takes the jumper. It's going to be off.
Katie fights for the rebound. Just couldn't bring it in. A lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic down there. A lot of big guys banging underneath now.
I wouldn't want to be out there. I don't have enough hospitalization.
Mobley with a nice drive and a basket.
A running one-handed hook. Nicky must have taught him that one.
Must have.
As we know, Richard doesn't shoot anywhere within 20 feet of the basket. 5. And this is Colonial Council Basketball with Spectator Sports. Your crew for tonight: Mark Cady, Bob Catherine, Pete Passaretti, and now behind the camera is Carmen DiDonato, our man. So we get a look at the Watervliet family.
Yeah, there's a look at us now.
Uh-oh, jeez.
Uh-oh. Be nice, we're on camera. Yeah. Smile pretty.
No swearing, no swearing.
Smile pretty.
Yeah, let's get a shot. Let's get a shot of Pete Passaretti.
Get Peter here. Come on, Pete.
Come on, Carmen.
Come on, Pete.
Get a shot of this.
There he is. Hello, Peter.
Yeah, folks can finally see who the man is.
Our founder,
And we'll
president, chief cook and bottle washer.
We're at halftime. We're going to take a quick break here. Joining us for our halftime, if we can catch him, will be Warren Maddox, the JV coach of Cohoes Tigers.
Get some of this.
Kevin, just sit here. We're gonna. This is Bob Catherwood, and joining us is Coach Warren Mannix of the Cohoes JVs. Coach, how long have you been coaching?
This is my 19th season with Joe at the high school.
That's a great 1-2 combination. You don't find that, I don't think, in any other situation in this area where a coach has been with at the JV level, where you have a good rapport with, you know, not wanting to change schools. You two have been together probably longer than any other coaching combination that I know of. Do you know of any other coaches that have been together that long?
The only one I know of is Bill Talaski and Jimmy Pedlow. They were together for a real long time, and I know Jimmy's out now, but I think you're probably right. I think Joe and I are probably one of the longest tenured
1-2 punch in the area.
Right.
And we're set for the second half. We're going to sit down as they're inbound the ball, and Coach Mannix is going to join us. Foul called on Cook. Coach Mannix, you want to tell us some of your players out here, the year that they are in school?
Well, all the kids on the floor right now are seniors. They were with me 2 years ago, in which we tied for the Corner Council Championship. So we were hoping that collectively this year they might have another shot at it. But there's a lot of, our league has a lot of parity this year, a lot of balance, and so it's very difficult. We don't have a lot of size, so it's tough to compete against some of these schools.
Tim Keith hit for Cohoes, and now Andre Cook comes back and answers.
5 seconds.
Watervliet's going back to the press, Mark.
Ooh. Tough defense, I'll tell you. Crucial for 3. Yes! Count it!
Crusoe's been hitting the long-range bombs tonight.
Crucial comes up with the steal, gets it ahead to Watervliet. Or the basket.
We're going to have to get a timeout. I knew that was coming.
Coach Loudon calls for a timeout.
The Watervliet kids, they're just so physical and so aggressive. And they're so disciplined. The kids, they just always have a great deal of respect for the Watervliet players. They always play with it. We know we're going to come into this place. We're going to meet up with a great deal of intensity, aggressiveness. And they're just well-schooled players, especially in the fundamentals of the game.
What do you think Coach Loudon said at halftime? What do you think you wanted to work on?
Well, the thing is, you know, we played a very good first half. I mean, it was a great half of basketball from both teams. I think the key is that we just can't relinquish to the Watervliet pressure. And also we've got to keep their players in front of us on defense. We've got to keep, because Frugio, you got to step up on him, as Mark said, he can shoot the ball. And they've got so many players. They keep throwing right. Cook, a 10th grader, one of the best 10th graders in the league. Frugio, Legault, they have all household names. Fogley kid, they're all so strong. And so our keys have to be to keep them out in front of us, keep them from penetrating, and of course hitting the boards.
Crucial hit the deck hard. Cannoneers come up with the ball. Fogley was fouled in the act of shooting. It'll be a 2-shot foul. Makes the first.
Fogley is shooting the ball real well tonight, Mark.
Fogley seems to have found the first couple games, Bob, the season, towards this, maybe not the first couple games, but about 3 games into the season, as Fogley converts the second. He went into a bit of a shooting slump, but
he's fading away a little bit on his shot, and maybe by watching our games, he picked that up.
Crucial scores the basket off the steal. Another technical foul assessed against Andre Cook, I believe.
The reason the technical, I believe, is that Andre Cook is taking the ball after the basket which is giving Watervliet time to set up defensively their press and not allowing Cohoes a time to take the ball out of bounds and get it in before the press is set up.
I agree completely.
As Keith makes the first of the technical foul shots.
Timmy Keith, for his size, you get a lot out of a player.
Timmy's a good shooter, but of course he has difficulty against an aggressive man-to-man. He has time to set up and to shoot the ball. He's a fine shooter. It's just a little tougher for him against aggressive man-to-man to get that shot off consistently. We have a lot of kids that are a lot of role players.
See a better shooter against the zone, you wing, you put him on the wing and in corners.
Yeah, Bob, absolutely.
The ball with the drive in the basket.
We have a 4-point ball game here in the third quarter. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Down to Bowden. Bowden. Tim Keefe a little bit unhappy with that call. He thought he had all ball. Can't say body because he doesn't have a lot of body here to put on him. But they're playing their hearts out tonight.
Well, the fans are getting their money's worth tonight. It's a great game of basketball right here. A nice contest between.
Well, we always like exciting games, don't we, Mark?
Definitely. I like going home horsing. Charbonneau back in. Converts the second.
And the pace of this game has been fast and furious. Pete Passaretti on camera, he looks like he's watching a ping pong game, back and forth, up tempo.
Degno pulls it out.
Charbonneau back to Degno. Danny with a little move to the left.
LeBeau couldn't handle the pass down in the corner. With the jumper, no.
Ball off the hand of Guy Casterkane.
Watervliet at the Crucial.
Warren, what do you try to do out of bounds? You change the 3-2 around?
No, we just collapse the zone. We just collapse the zone to ensure that they don't get the passes underneath the basket. We'll force the ball to the outside.
To the corner.
And then we can get out, play the ball, retain the ball so the rest of our zone can adjust to get back into the zone.
Nice tap out of bounds by Brian Bauer, getting back defensively.
Cook checks back in for the Cannoneers. They get it to Bowden, puts up the jumper.
Rolls around.
Raw. Charbonneau ahead to Degno. Back to Charbonneau for the bucket.
Nice play by Danny. Danny Degno did a 360 to pass that ball off to save it out of bounds. He was too far underneath the basket. Nice play.
Danny Degno doesn't give us a lot of points, but Danny gives us 200% every game. He makes
He's a
things
hustler.
happen. He gives you everything he's got to give.
Crucial. Nice move. He's shooting the ball great tonight, as he does many a night.
Yeah, Tony's a nice player.
LeBeau. No. LeBeau with the rebound. Ahead to Crucial. Takes it himself. No. Degno, yes. Found it.
There's Degno make a liar out of me. I said we don't get a lot of points out of him. He put it right in my face.
Isn't it always the way?
Absolutely.
So when you talk about somebody like saying they're a good foul shooter and they're on the line and they throw up a brick.
Heavy traffic. Nothing. Block and a foul. Foul's going to be assessed against Crucial.
The ball steps up to the line. He'll be shooting too for the Tigers.
One of the keys to success for us against this team will be a transition game. If we can get score points in transition, because when we set up in a half-court game with their aggressive defense, it's very difficult for us to score.
LeBeau doesn't get the roll on his first.
I'd like to send congratulations out to Coach Mike Smith of the Lady Tigers. He's celebrating his 15th year of coaching, and they have a little ceremony for Coach tonight. So Mike Smith, if you're watching the game, I'd like to say congratulations on coaching for 15 years.
Heavy traffic.
Out to Dagnall. Down to Charbonneau. Gets the bucket.
The
Tigers on top by 1. We're playing good defense now.
Third period.
The spoilers.
No. Bowden with the rebound. Yes.
And Coach Dudas of Mechanicsville here taking a lot of notes tonight.
Mobley is going to be assessed for the foul.
Now, if you think about defense, now Watervliet at the first quarter had 26 points. And here we are closing on the end of the third quarter, so
slowed it down.
Slowed the whole game down. The defense is working real hard. You know, that's been our trade. Of course, we had a cardinal sin thrown across the basket. We try to school our kids not to, but in the heat of battle, you know what happens to all the schooling.
Kids will be kids.
Charbonneau drives, puts it up, count it.
A double pump. Like Coach Mardigan says, you pay your $2, you get your money's worth in this gym.
Ball with the layup.
Cohoes has come to play tonight.
Well, the key to that play was Casterkane. He doesn't contribute a lot either offensively. He's just so big in the middle of that zone, in the back of it. He gets his hands on a lot of balls, makes things happen.
No basket. Wow.
Watervliet a little bit slow in their transition right now. They're out of position. Basically, Watervliet's been a offensive rebounding team, but they're only getting 1 shot right now. Casterkane checks out. Get a well-deserved rest there with 2:45.
Bowden checks out.
Mark, what's Watervliet been averaging points-wise this year?
Right around 74, about 74.3 to be exact.
And defensively?
They've been only giving up about 61. So
they're off the pace tonight.
A little bit. Degno converts on both foul shots.
Right.
Brian Bauer for the foul.
Cohoes defense all over the court tonight. Cook out the Fruscio. Another foul call.
So the Watervliet pitch is so quick. They get that first step. They can penetrate the middle. And our zone is meant to protect the middle, but Tony is just so quick. He gets that
get
first
around
step on the kids, and he's by them. And he knows how to pull up, take
find a gap. Sure.
Yeah, he's nice.
Back into the ball game.
And somebody threw some money on the court as Mark Katie picks it up. He didn't give it to us. Should come over to you, Dad, and said, here's some money. He gives it to a ref.
Good luck.
Payola. We see it here. Watervliet paying off the officials. Figures it'd be a Katie involved.
Yeah, it figures you could buy him for a nickel, too.
I thought it was a quarter. No.
Like a nickel to me. Crusoe misses both. LeBeau with a rebound. Ahead to Charbonneau.
Nice pass.
Blocked by Watervliet. Foul call.
On the arm.
Send Degno to the line to shoot two.
Danny Degno tonight, as we talked at halftime, Coach Mannix and I, extends out at the last second on this shot. He really gets his lanky body going towards the hoop, and he protects the ball very well. That's why he is making a living off the foul line tonight. He's a hustler.
You brought up a key point, Bob, though, about the rebound. We're getting the rebound.
So you pass the Kane, looking for a foul over the back. Foul assist against Castor Kane. Over the back.
It's a good game.
No. First half for 101.
Katie breaks it up.
Comes up with the loose ball.
What hustle.
A big guy.
Whoa, what speed.
They don't get it from his father out there.
Good anticipation on that pass.
Totally off the glass, no.
Castor Kane, big rebound. Long pass to Charbonneau in traffic. Oh. The ball.
That's a rock going to be called on Danny Degnan.
Charbonneau almost put that shot in. I don't know if you fans had a chance to see that.
Wow.
Talk about your
that shot too often. We don't work on it too often now.
It looked like a Mark Cady senior shot at the dome. Block, Castor Kane. Big kid, got a hand on another one. He's got about 5 blocks tonight. Skip pass. The host moving the ball. We slow it down a pace here.
Castor Kane. No.
Off the glass.
Gets his own rebound. No. Gets it again. No.
4 for a quarter. Katie
comes up with the rebound.
Katie with the big rebound there. Cohoes comes up short. Up by 2. Clock running down. Watervliet will probably go into their delay game. Hold it for 1. Coach Loudis up off the bench to tell his team to move his feet. Don't be flat-footed. Watervliet guards do all the work, and the forwards get a chance to get a breather here. A bit of a breather here. Katie and Legault down low. Hands up! 6 seconds. Crucial.
Puts it up. No.
Katie.
Rebound. No.
Katie looking for a foul. No foul.
No call.
Good no call by the officials.
Probably between halves, I'd like to congratulate Coach Glenn Westfall on his victory this afternoon, 69-38, and Coach Gordy Johnson, the freshman team, 66-24, victorious for the Cannoneers.
Of the Cannoneers by a score, 58-56. Don't have to turn the heat on in here tonight, folks.
Not tonight.
Of course, we're not sweating like we would be and lose 10 pounds up in that Cohoes gym. And Mr. Mannix, I'd hate to see your heat bill up there.
We just have wonderful insulation in our building.
Yeah.
And engineering design.
Yes, definitely.
Castor Kane all alone. No basket. Charbonneau takes the jumper. No.
Short, Fogley a rebound. Cohoes can't buy a basket here in the early going of the 4th period. Cohoes back in the 3-2. What else is new? Looks into Katie. Skip pass over to Fogley. Had Legault down low. Fogley shot off balance. Cook with the rebound. Cook in traffic. Ball tapped from behind. Castor Kane rebound. Out to Danny Degnan. Back to Charbonneau. Nice break. Killed.
Crucial for Mr. Foul.
Quite the rivalry over the years there.
Definitely, Bob. Every game between Cohoes and Watervliet has been a tough game.
But you know, it's a good rivalry. A lot of these guys play summer league ball, and they become friends. I know I have a lot of friends from the Cohoes program that I met when I was playing here back 100 years ago.
Yeah, about 100 years ago. Charbonneau makes the second of his free throws. Missed the first. Bob, these kids have been playing against each other since 5th and 6th grade. I remember Mark playing against Danny Degno in CYO ball, 5th grade. I mean, it's...
And they're friends, but they're fierce competitors.
That's it. Degno.
Degno with a big bucket.
I said it earlier, the transition game is going to be a key to our success tonight. If we can keep up this transition game, we're going to have a good shot at winning this game.
Cannoneers called timeout. 6:47 to go. Cohoes on top, 61 to 56.
Watervliet does not find itself in this situation too many times in the fourth quarter, trailing. They're usually a point or two ahead at this time. Coach Mardigan wants to give his troops a little bit of instruction. And we have the Honorable Kevin Perrott here, the referee.
I enjoy Watervliet very much. I enjoy it.
Did you give any technicals?
No, not tonight.
Kevin?
Not
Okay.
tonight.
Good. You want to give one to the spectator table or what? Call a technical on us or what?
If they get out of the sheet, they got to get one.
Okay. That was Kevin Perrott, the official extraordinaire from the fine city of Rensselaer. Took a little razzing today. Mark Cady was picking on him from the word go.
No.
How do you do, Warren?
Kevin?
Yeah, you do a good call, good game?
Well, he had an easy game to call. It was a great disparity in the score tonight, so that makes it a little easier on the officials. But overall, he didn't do a bad job tonight.
No, the ball with the rebound.
Count it. Finds a safety valve. Charbonneau. Brian Bauer back into the game for the Tigers. Bauer to Charbonneau. Charbonneau boxed out on the shot. Cancer came. Big rebound. Off the glass.
Big basket.
Guys played a real good game tonight. He's contributed a lot, especially, like I say,
On the defense.
end.
A lot of tips.
A lot of tips, a lot of hands on the ball.
I'm wondering when Coach Mardigan is going to put Bowden back in the game. Russo's shot deflected.
What's the foul situation on Watervliet centers, do you know?
I think Bowden has 3 fouls on him.
Walter has 3, I do know that.
Galt has 3 too.
Yeah, Kevin has 3.
Yeah.
Foul's going to play an important role in this last, when it gets down to the 3-minute mark. We're at 5:49 right now. Charge the foul of Brian Bauer going for the ball in front of our table.
And a second. Cook normally a 64% free throw shooter. Degno deep. Back to Bauer.
Bauer, big bucket. Cohoes making all their shots right now. Mostly in the transition, getting layup after layup. Watervliet a little bit frustrated right now. Coach Lott is telling the kids to play with their feet, getting a little physical out here now, and they don't want any fouls to be called here.
Jump ball called.
Danny Degno tied Fruscio up for the jump ball.
Blocking foul called against Degno. Fruscio to the line to 2-for-2.
It's a tough call. He's retreating all the way on the drive. It's a tough call to make.
Fruscio was trying to draw the foul on that. There were little words exchanged there, a little rivalry here, and each one trying to get the mental edge. Psych the other player out, which is part of basketball. And I see the officials noticing that. They see a double foul if it continues. Dagnall.
Technical foul, hit the backboard. Kids are playing a little bit with their emotions right now. I think it's, they're going to get back, get their heads back into the game.
Well, they're doing a nice job of anticipating the steal, coming up with the steal, and as soon as the possession is made, they're getting out. They're going long. Watervliet's just not getting back.
Right. It's as simple as that. You're right.
Keith makes both technical foul shots. 5:16 to go. Cohoes with a 5-point lead and a basketball. They have a reaching foul call. Against Legault.
How many fouls is that, Mark?
I don't know, Bob. I stopped keeping track. I think it's Kevin's fourth.
I think you're right, Mark.
Bauer misses the free throw. Legault with the rebound. Fruscio brings the ball up the floor. Over to Fogler. In traffic. No.
Katie.
Rebound. And the basket.
Big bucket.
Three-point ball game, 4 minutes to go, a little over 4 minutes. The bow drive, no, blocked by Cook. Cook comes up with the loose ball, gets it ahead to Fruscio. Takes it himself. No basket.
Casterkane had a hand on that one.
Charbonneau with the rebound.
Finds Danny Dagnall. Danny Dagnall settles him down.
Timeout call by Coach Loudis.
With 4:15 left to go, fourth quarter. Colonial Council basketball at its finest finds Cohoes Tigers 67, Cannoneers 64. There's the shot of the handsome guys at the table. Yeah, let me get out of the way.
Nah, stay right where you are.
There we go. Got our quiet cheerleaders out here doing a cheer. Yay, cheerleaders.
Yay.
I do have to say, guys, it's much nicer coaching from the sidelines.
Isn't it easy
Have you
sitting
guys
here?
lost the game this season or not?
No, we have not.
And you guys have seen Watervliet all season now. What would you suspect now will be their attack at this point in the game, down 3 with 4 minutes to go? What do you think Coach Marks is going to have his players do, Bob?
They're just gonna stay with the man-to-man pressure. Try to pick it up a notch here. Go for some gamble for some double teams. Gonna try to get him back on defense too.
3 seconds. Called on Guy Casterkane.
That's a call you don't see too often in heated contests like this. But Cole's a veteran.
No. Legault with the rebound. No.
Cohoes ball. What do you think they're going to try to do, Coach?
Watervliet?
Yeah.
Well, I was crucial if I have to agree with you, but
Steps ball.
I don't want to try to explain what just happened.
Me neither.
I'm sure that Bolito keep charging the basket, though. I'm sure they won't waste any time going to the hoop.
Cook shot. Casterkane over to Charbonneau. Looking for Danny Degno.
Brian Bauer with the basketball. The ball gets it to Casterkane.
Charbonneau hitting the face.
Crucial got him on the way out.
I don't know for sure what Watervliet's going to do, but I can guess what Joey has in mind for his players at this point in the game.
What's that?
Well, if we can get 2 points out of this play and come back with the ball, we'll be going to our freeze offense, working for good shots. We'll still continue to look for the basket.
Free throw is missed. We'll go with the big rebound.
Even when you're running so well out of transition, you would pull it out.
Yes, yeah. If we get the transition basket, we'll take it. But once it reaches the point, we feel we have enough points, we'll work for the score offense and just work against the clock.
Try to get a layup.
Time.
Foul called on Casterkane as Crucial goes to the line to shoot 2. 3 minutes. Exactly.
67-64. Cannoneer crowd coming alive.
With the pace, you know the foul line is now going to play a part in this game. There's no question about it.
Emotionally now, whoever fouls out is going to give the other team an edge because Cohoes has been playing on the emotion, so they don't want anyone to foul out at this time right now because emotionally it might slow them down.
Comes up with the rebound. Fogley with the basket. You can't fall down, man.
That's a loss.
Crucial hurt.
Shaking up on the play. Father Fruscio.
Rather upset.
Tony's had a tough career, Watervliet, right? In football, he's had a number of injuries, but I'm sure
Some serious
all
injuries.
resulting from working so hard, from playing hard. That's what he's
Fantastic athlete. Gives you everything, and he's playing his heart out, and just he got knocked down hard on that one, going for the ball. I don't think there was any intent.
No, it was
Purely an accident.
Hustling for the ball.
Yeah.
2 people going for the ball.
Looks like he hit his head rather hard on the floor.
And the parents getting into the act here at Watervliet. They're venting their frustration on the officials, which in that situation, they did the right thing. They made the call. You can't call everything. They're calling, I think, they're calling, in my opinion, a decent game. I mean, it could be a little bit better, but
It's a tough physical
it's a tough game to call.
Athletics are in Watervliet.
To go in the fourth. This is Spectator. Cameraman Passaretti, Di Donato, assisting with the work. Mark Katie, myself, Bob Catherwood, and joining us at the table tonight, we're fortunate to have Coach Warren Mannix. Danny Degno puts Cohoes up by another point, up by 2. With Fruscio being out, it takes away their legitimate 3-point shooter, Mark.
Degno makes the second.
The gear in for Fruscio. Ball kicked.
Although 3-point shooter, the gear.
Mannix is
Coach going to do that. We're teaching to confuse our opponent.
let alone your players, right?
Cook with the near steal.
Oh, he's tough. He's in your pocket.
Watervliet.
So Cohoes in their delay offense, looking for a good shot.
This is the nail-biting time. Right now, we'd be content to go the whole minute 54 seconds and not get a shot off.
Ball was on the pick.
Guy Casterkane
Stuck his knee out.
stuck his knee out. The block got the pick with his knee. Can't do that.
Had his knee out a little bit wider than the official thought it should be.
Watervliet into the line. Shooting 2. First one's no good. Power with the rebound.
Charbonneau over to Danny Daniel.
Just bring it out now. He'll bring it out.
Finds Charbonneau backing in.
Five-second violation.
Jump ball call.
Jump ball.
Cohoes basketball.
Possession arrow favors the Tigers. They'll get the ball back. Timmy Keefe back into the ball game for the Tigers.
This is the difficult part. We work this freeze offense, but they're so aggressive. The Watervliet team, it's very difficult to run it against them.
Timmy Keefe.
Call on Kevin to go.
Well, we couldn't have anyone better on the foul line than Timmy Keefe. He's one of our better pure shooters. Of course, I hope I don't jinx
Him by saying that as we are famous for. Mark and I have got quite a record of it's either the point after the touchdown saying the kick is going to be good, not good, or putting somebody on the foul line and saying he's the best foul shooter in the area and building a house.
Right. That's it. With the rebound.
Russo back in for the Cannoneers.
Kick basketball, the Watervliet ball, 1:12 left. I don't think so. I think he's hurt. Watervliet with the jumper, yeah!
Timmy Keefe, the ball.
Take no shot, no good. What do we got called here? Got a foul call on DeGear.
1-1. Said he wasn't going up, going away from the basket.
Called by DeGear. He was trapped at that court line.
35 seconds left to go. Cannoneers up by a point. Slim margin.
Well, it didn't take a coaching genius to call it, but here we are. The foul line is going to make the difference. Incredible, huh? The free throw, what a misnomer that is.
Sure.
Free throws.
Timmy Keefe had the chance. 1-1.
Shot of some of the Watervliet crowd right there. Warren, it doesn't, everybody seems to say that free throws at the end of the game, okay, make all the difference in the world. And I have to disagree to one extent, okay? Now, you're getting fouled all through the basketball game, all right? You make your foul shots in the first, second, and third period. Foul shots are important through the whole game, not just at the end of the basketball game.
Well, it's the first play of the game. Many coaches say it's the first play of the game that if you make the first basket, it might be the point that you win the end of the game by.
You're right.
Every play is important, but the team that right now makes the pressure foul shots.
Yeah, but my point being, if you made all your foul shots throughout the game, they may not be a pressure foul shot at the end of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't you wish it was that easy?
Yeah, oh yeah. You know.
A 17-year-old kid is shooting his first foul shot a little differently than he's shooting this one. That's the only problem.
Timeout, Cohoes.
Let's ice the shooter. At this time, 27 seconds left.
DeGear, normally an excellent shooter. I'm not going to say an excellent foul shooter, an excellent shooter. I've been following Kevin since 5th grade.
And let's find out what he's shooting. 63%. 4 for 12. 5 for 8. This is a good shooter.
Kevin over the years, since 5th grade on up, has been an excellent shooter. You know. Gets it from his brother, PJ.
He doesn't, basically when he's running the point, he doesn't do a lot of shooting.
No.
When you've got good shooters like Cook, Foglia,
Fruscio, that's right.
We can say Foglia now because he's been burning the nets tonight. No more slump for that kid, it looks like.
No way, he's been on fire.
Cook's been quiet.
1-1.
Well, the icing worked.
He iced the shooter.
Legno loses the ball out of bounds. With 20 seconds left.
Not over yet.
No way.
Fruscio gets the inbound pass.
A foul. Can't wait.
Gonna have a foul called on Timmy Keefe, I believe. Yes, Tim Keefe. Puts Cook on the line.
Cohoes had the opportunity there. Watervliet did get back on defense. Credit the Cannoneer defense for getting back, getting in the way.
Cook makes the first.
Now it comes down to who has the timeouts left also.
Great.
Coaching strategies.
12 seconds left. Doesn't get the second. Hook with the deflection.
4 seconds left to go. Cohoes will call timeout.
Oh, yes, he does. I didn't think he had any timeout. Because he was calling, right? Sorry, folks, for the silence there. I didn't think Coach Loudis had any timeouts left. But
evidently
he was screaming for a timeout. But then Watervliet got assessed with a technical foul, and he said, no timeout. So, whew. I thought he did too. I remember he waved the one timeout off. So. But this should be his last.
What is he saying now, Coach Mannix? You've been here 19 years. What's he saying?
Well, the only thing he's telling you at this point in time is we've got to set up a play. We have 2 inbounds plays against Cannoneer defense. And once we get it in, obviously there's one pass left, and that's to get to the basket.
Coach Mannix,
Can't be anything fancy. 4 seconds.
in this situation, do you play for the win with a 3-point shot or go for the tie?
No, we go for the tie at this point.
That's the ball game as LeBeau put up a 3-pointer with 3 seconds left. Missed the shot. The time expired. Cannoneers win 71-69. This is Mark Cady and Bob Catherwood. We'll be back in a few minutes with our closing comments.
Hi, we're at Watervliet High School. Coach Mardigan unavailable right now. He's still talking to his team. They just pulled a come-from-behind win. Cohoes played a spectacular game tonight. Very well prepared. Coach Loudis, you know, tip of the hat to Coach Loudis. He did a super job coaching tonight. Coach Mardigan wanted his team to play better. Somehow tonight they just found a way to win the game, and winning breeds winning.
Yes.
I think Mark tonight, Watervliet Cannoneers never say die, came back, hung in there, did the job they had to do at the end of the game, made their key foul shots, Andre Cook on the line, and Cohoes certainly had enough opportunities to win the contest tonight, but their shots just didn't drop. They had a turnover. They got called for 3-second violation.
Pardon me. No, towards the end of the game, Bob, Cohoes seemed to cool off shooting-wise. I remember one sequence they had 3 or 4 offensive rebounds off the same, shoot and miss, shoot and miss, shoot and miss, shoot and miss, and finally the Cannoneers come down with the boards. And
sure, the big kid had 4 shots at one time, just didn't drop. You could find 2 points anywhere in that contest that would have changed the outcome.
Definitely.
We're certainly happy for the Watervliet Cannoneers, which we're fortunate enough to be covering this year, but I feel a loss for the Cohoes team, where the kids come out and hustled their tails off. They played spectacular defense out there, and they had to, because Watervliet has the better athletes.
Yeah, but, better all-around athletes, yes. I think
Coach Loudis did a super job tonight, and we've got to give him credit where credit is due, because he doesn't have the talent out there that Coach Mardikin does.
No.
But then again, Coach Mardikin takes the talent that he has and he makes even better out of those. So it was a coaching battle tonight, and both teams played super basketball. As Coach Mardikin had stated earlier in the year, you pay your $2 to get in to see a game, you're going to get your money's worth.
We got our money's worth tonight, I'll tell you.
We certainly were. We were sweating bullets at the end of the game. Wow. All of us. We had Coach Warren Mannix, who had been coaching with Coach Loudis for 19 years. We was fortunate enough to have him join us for his comments. We're appreciative of that.
Yes.
And he gave some good insight to our new telecast tonight.
Yes, he did.
We appreciate that, and we've we think this is going to be a super game to see on TV, and we hope that the fans do enjoy this type of basketball game that we're presenting on Capital, Cablevision, and Troy New Channels.
Tonight's game was definitely worth the price of admission here at Watervliet High, I'll tell you.
Always fun, right down to the wire. You never know what's going to happen in this Cannoneer den, and the Cannoneers come up on top. So we're going to be showing these games.
Next Tuesday, I believe it's Voorheesville.
Voorheesville will be coming into the Cannoneers.
It's either Voorheesville or Mechanicville here. Going to be quite a tough ball game. As I talked to Coach Johnson tonight just a few minutes ago, who scouted Voorheesville Lansingburg when Gordy left. Voorheesville was up by 10.
Should be
Voorheesville, another
Voorheesville played Watervliet very tough at Voorheesville when we did the game out there. Voorheesville had the lead in the third quarter, and just Watervliet found a way to win, steal that one away from them.
Yep.
Played good defense in the fourth quarter, as they did tonight.
Yes.
Watervliet, as we talked to Coach Loudis before the game, in his prior comments, he mentioned that Watervliet has the favorable part of the schedule, but none of these games are going to get any easier.
No, they don't.
Everybody's gunning to beat the people in the driver's seat. Watervliet and Mechanicsville in the driver's seat. Waterford.
Watervliet has to play Voorheesville, Mechanicville, or Mechanicville-Voorheesville, I'm not sure which here, and then Lansingburg up there, which is always a tough game. And it's the last game of the season.
This is some league this year. And
yet Mechanicville has to play us, Watervliet, here.
Sure.
They have to play Waterford.
Up there.
And then I think they have to play Chalmont again. At Chalmont, which is going to be a tough ball game.
Their tough part of their schedule's coming up.
I went up to see the Chalmont Mechanicville game at Mechanicville, and they gave them a run for their money. Mechanicville came out on top. But it was a tight ball game, the whole ball game. It's like we said at the beginning of the season, Bob, the parity in the Colonial Council. All right, and now Coach Mardigan said at the beginning of the year that 4 would win it. All right, Coach Loudis disagreed, and I disagree now. All right, right now 2 losses will win the league. The man with the 3rd loss this year is out.
Nope, going to be eliminated. So it's a lot of parity in the Colonial Council, and
so the pressure is on now.
We'll be back covering those games. It's getting to be the exciting part of that season, leading up to the sectionals, which is, going to see who is top seeded depending on who wins this league. And so
and it doesn't get any easier when you get into sectionals. You got teams like Granville, Bishop Scully, 15-0.
Sure. So we'll be here. We'll be here, Mark. definitely having a good year covering these games. They're definitely sellable shows for Troy New Channels and Capital Cablevision, the other, and Schenectady Cable when they cover our games and show these games. We like to hear from the fans. We haven't heard from some of our fans. I occasionally see some people on the streets and say, I watch your show.
I got about 4 phone calls one night when the game was on Troy New Channels from people and relatives that I have in the New Channels.
And they're still talking to her? To you?
Well, a couple of them are.
I've lost friends. Well, if things don't turn better, Mark, we could always go into taking up officiating. You know. We got the tree, we got a rope, all we need is a referee. We could always take up officiating. And from Watervliet High School, Cannoneers win an exciting thriller in the last seconds of the game. A great game with Cohoes High. As usual, from Spectator Sports, Pete Passaretti, Carmen DiDonato behind the camera, we thank them. And keep your letters coming. Mark Cady, Bob Catherwood, it's a wrap.
Basketball is played as many different ways as probably there are people who coach the game. During the next 2 hours, we're going to try and take you through 3 phases of basketball at Indiana University. All of these 3 phases, defensive play, offensive play against man-to-man defense, and offensive play against the zone defense, will incorporate the basic fundamental approaches that we use in each area. Basketball at Indiana is not a complex thing in terms of the number of different things that we do. We really play basically one defense. We have one basic approach to both man-to-man defense in our attack of it, and the same against zone defense and our attack of it. Yet within this simple approach, there are some complexities. What we're going to go through will be all of the basic fundamental drills that we use in the development of offensive and defensive play. Sometimes I tell my players that what we have is complicated simplicity. There are really two schools of thought, I think, in basketball coaching. One, surprise and change, using a variety of offensive and or defensive approaches to any one game situation. The second, simplicity and execution. Ours is obviously from the latter school. Simplicity and execution, I think, is the way that we can go and best teach what we want. I don't think that you have time to teach a variety of things and teach them well. I think you've got to teach a few things about the game of basketball